All right, it's 12 p.m. Thank you all for being here. I call this meeting of the Muleshoe Independent School District Board of Trustees to order, and we have some exciting news.
Yeah, there's going to be some great news today as we are hiring a new athletic director, head football coach, and his wife is going to be coming this spring, so we're excited about that. So
Very good.
we want to do the opening ceremonies.
Yes, sorry. Steve, would you pray for us?
Father, we give you thanks today for everyone in this room, for the leadership and direction that you've given this board that allows us to reach the decisions that come before us, Father. I ask that you would remain with us in this room and continue to guide and direct us and help us always be grateful, Father.
You'll all stand. Ms. Peregrine will lead us in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam President, members of the board, we've had an opening for our athletic director, high school football coach, and we went through a lengthy process of interviewing quite a few people. About 65 people applied for the job. We interviewed 7 of those. The interviews went very good, and I want to thank the interview committee for all the work that they did on it. So thank you all that were working on the interview committee. We came up with a decision, discussed it with the board, and we're ready to make a decision, Madam President. So at this time, I'd recommend that we hire Mr. Bo Dixon and Mrs. Jessica Dickinson as professional staff, subject to assignment.
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion's been made by Steve, seconded by Brett to hire Bo and Jessica Dickinson as staff, subject to assignment. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam President, if you'll sign their contracts here, we'll have a contract signing. And Bo and Jessica will be coming in here in just a second. Give them a big round.
Bo Dickinson, nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good. Bo Dickinson, nice to meet you. Kevin Morris. Bo Dickinson, nice to meet you. Bo, nice to meet you. Bo Dickinson, nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you very much. I really appreciate you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Congrats, Bo. Thank you. Thank you.
Coach, yours is on the left-hand side. You're left-handed.
I am.
Okay, and yours is on the right-hand side. Right there. Sign the contract.
Southpaw. Wrong-handed.
All right. Coach Dickinson, is there anything you'd like to say before we start some media interviews?
Yeah, no, first off, I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been a long process to get to this, and this has always been a goal of mine, to be a head coach and to raise a family and to build a life being a head coach and athletic director. So we're very excited for the opportunity, and we're anxious to get started. So
Thank you. Okay, that's all of the board meeting, but we will have some interviews. Unless Mrs. Turnbull, you have something else you'd like to share?
No, we're excited. This is a great day for Muleshoe. Yes.
Y'all want to come over here and sit in the chairs of esteem?
What can they expect? What type of coach can they expect you to be here?
yeah, I'm always a very positive person, very energetic. I think maybe at times a little scatterbrained, but I'm all over the practice field. I'm all over the game field. So, I hope they know that it's someone that's going to care for them. That's who I am. I'm someone that's going to care for them and each individual. And and just lead with a passion and a purpose.
What do you think on when you walked in here for your interview, you guys, and you saw that indoor?
Well, I'll say this, that indoor is something special, and that tells me that it's a community that's willing to invest in their kids, and it's a top-notch facility for sure. So.
You come from a background of being coached by Chris Ketting, who's got a very high reputation, Kyle Lynch. Talk about what those guys taught you as a mentorship.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It kind of comes full circle. So whenever I was a senior in high school, originally I had planned to get into the medical field. This was about a month until I graduated. And I was in our coach's office when I was in school, and I was sitting down with Chris Ketting and Hayden Murkett, the offensive line coach, offensive coordinator. And Coach Murkett said, "Bo, how come you don't want to get into coaching?" I said, "I never really thought about it." He said, "Well, I think you'd be a good one." And Coach Ketting said, "I think you'd be a good one too." So ever since that day, I wanted to be a head coach. So,
where are all your stops at?
I started off in Panhandle. I moved off to S&S Consolidated. Followed that with Seminole High School. I worked under Ty Palmer there, and then Greg Pointer came in my last year there, and we did some good things, and I learned a lot from them. And then I went off to Spearman with Coach Witten. Aaron Witten was the offensive coordinator there under him. Had some success there, and then got the assistant athletic director job and offensive coordinator job at Borger. And so, in every stop that I've made, I felt like I've tried to climb the ladder, and that's what the goal has always been, was to be a head coach. So.
How nice was it signing the contract?
It was very nice. It was nice. It's a dream come true. It really is. And it's a pleasure whether you're an offensive coordinator or an assistant coach or head coach, just to be able to work with kids and do what we do, because it's a special profession that we have, and that's something that I honor, and I'm looking forward to meeting the Mules.
Okay, most important question, okay? So Ben Arbuckle's the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Right? You get him to take a $1.4 million pay cut. You come to your OC.
I'm making the phone call after this.
Congrats, Coach.
Tell me about your wife. Where's she going to be at in the MISD?
Yeah, so my wife, this is Jessica Dickinson, the better half, leader of the family. Controller of Chaos is also one of her titles. But we both grew up in Canadian, Texas. All families still tied down in Canadian. And she's everything for me. She has been through everything with us, and she's been to every school. She's been to every game, every powerlifting meet, every baseball game. She's been to everything. So I can't be more appreciative of her, and I believe she'll be at the high school.
Okay.
So we're
math. Okay.
Math teacher, yes.
And your son?
My son Holton, he's 4 years old.
He's
He's
4,
turned
okay.
4. So we'll try to get him enrolled here and get everything started pretty quick. So
Awesome. Glad to have you here.
well, thank you very much.
Are there any other changes to the staff? Is the staff all set now?
Yeah, that's going to be something that we'll evaluate moving forward.
Do you plan on instituting your scheme offensive or defensively, or is that also?
Also future. Also future. Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I have.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that very much.
Thank you all.
Congrats, Coach.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, one more.
Yes, sir.
You've heard volleyball, pitched around in the Muleshoe schools. Any thoughts behind that?
No, I think it's great. Because every kid has something that they're passionate about, and if volleyball is that, then we're going to make sure we find a way to get that involved. And so I'm looking forward to that. I have been to schools that have had volleyball. Growing up in Canadian, we did not have that, but.
Yeah.
So, I'm anxious to get that kicked off and get the right people here to help with that. So.